Hand-grabbing, haunted apartments, Japanese ghosts, haunted hospitals, and long-haired ladies. Here are some of the top 5 scary Asian ghost videos that will keep your imagination running while you try to sleep. Number 5. This first clip is from YouTube channel Binshu TV. Shows a man setting out to investigate an allegedly haunted hotel in Japan. According to reports, the hotel's owner committed suicide after being forced to close due to financial difficulties in 2009. Paranormal investigator Kotatsu is all alone as he explores what's left of the hotel, eventually finding the former owner's office and sitting down to do a spirit box session. After not really having much luck, Kotatsu takes a brief break and sits in silence while scrolling through his phone, and this is when something happens that sends shivers down his spine.
Hmm? 何の音？ん？ちょっと待って、何今の？え？
Kotatsu grabs the camera and checks the area, but no one is present. Could it be that he caught a glimpse of the hotel owner who committed suicide inside? Was she reaching out? You can see the complete inquiry on the YouTube channel Binshu TV. Number 4. A desperate landlord of an allegedly haunted apartment contacts Japanese paranormal investigators Tomo and Hiro from the YouTube channel Omagatoki Film. The landlord claims that just over 10 years ago, a family of 3 rented the apartment. One night, the father had an unexplained psychotic break and took his wife and child's life inside the apartment. Since the terrible incident, the landlord has had a difficult time finding tenants who will stay in the unit for longer than a week. The landlords decide to challenge the Omagatoki crew to stay in the unit for 1 week. Tomo from Omagatoki Films accepts the challenge and films his experience as he attempts his 7-day challenge at the apartment.
チャレンジ1日目、さっきまでね、ヒロ君と一緒にいたんで、そんなに感じなかったんですけど、やっぱりね、一人ぼっちになっちゃうと嫌な空気はありますよね。周り何もないんで、本当に奥の方な物件なんでね、本当何かあったら本当どうしようみたいな感じはあるんですけど、まあね、動画的に微妙ですけど、7日間何もなく無事に過ごせればいいかなと思うんですけどね。いやどうでしょう。特にやることもなくてちょっと眠くなってきたんで、もう初日はこんな感じで見ようと思います。
There isn't much that occurs, but on the 3rd night around midnight, Tomo notices something very strange in the bathroom.
いやなんかさっき見て、あれなんか人影に見えないっすね。いやそれでさっきめちゃくちゃビビって外確認しに行ったんですよ。で確認もないんですよね。なんかいるように見えないっすか？おかしいよ。なんだろう。
The window displays an odd shadow, but Tomo is unable to locate anything outside that might be casting it. Things start to get a little weirder the following night. When Tomo tries to sleep, he is awakened multiple times because he frequently has the unsettling impression that someone is in the room with him and is standing close to the closet. Skipping toward nights 5 and 6, Tomo begins to complain about his sleep because he keeps hearing eerie footsteps and a woman's mumbling voice. On day 7, Tomo is fatigued and contemplates giving up the 7-day challenge and returning home. However, he ultimately decides he can handle it and stays for the 7th and last night. Oddly enough, Tomo wakes up the next night, completing his 7-day challenge, claiming that it was the best and most well-rested night he had during the challenge.
お疲れ様です。今急遽トモさんに来てもらいました。トモさん昨日の夜の出来事なんですけど、最終日、本当に何も覚えてないんですか？ 特に夢だとかうなされたとかっていうこともないんですか？
いや、なんかね、一番ぐっすり寝るとかな。朝まで多分ずっと寝てたと思う。
本当に何も変わったことは何もなかったんですね。
そうだね、全然何も。昨日は怖い夢も見てないしね。何もなかったと思うけど。
わかりました。
Hiro watches the video footage from the challenge's final night. What he sees leaves him dumbfounded because something strange happened that night that Tomo cannot recall. As Tomo picks up the camera and positions himself in front of the closet, the video footage starts to glitch, and Tomo acts strangely. He smiles towards the camera before abruptly appearing to start crying. The scary visage of a lady appears to be peering at the camera from within the closet as the video starts to glitch and replay endlessly. Tomo claims he has no recollection of the occurrence, and up until viewing the strange video, thought he had slept peacefully all night. So could Tomo have captured the ghost of the woman who was killed inside the bedroom, and whose body was discovered inside the same closet? You decide. Number 3. YouTube channel Ghost23 sets out to investigate a secluded waterfall that is encircled by high mountain. The waterfall is reportedly haunted by a spirit known as Encanto, a legendary creature with the capacity to assume human form. And with only a camera in hand, Idol makes his way up the waterfall, and this is what he captures.
Wow, sino ka po? Sino ka? Sino ka? Sino ka? Ito. Sino ka po? Sino ba kayo? Sino? Sino yung nagpapagita dito?
When Idol is exploring and filming the waterfall, a mystery figure appears to be watching him. Then the person simply walks away and vanishes into thin air. However, there is no way for this figure to have vanished, given the precipitous drop below and the sheer impassable cliff above. Idol is perplexed and confused by what he just witnessed, and he's unable to locate where the enigmatic being could have gone. Instead, it appears to have walked directly into the walls that surround the mountain. Could this be the Encanto that is rumored to appear there? Or is it something else? You decide. Number 2. This video was captured by a man who enjoyed the paranormal and frequently spent his leisure time visiting popular haunted locations in Japan. Thus, he makes the decision to film an allegedly haunted tunnel in Japan one day and comes across something utterly horrific. The man swiftly turns around after hearing a strange voice behind him and sees a dark figure standing directly in front of him. A shadowy shape that had not been there just moments earlier. Terrified, the man flees the area and the video cuts from there. However, the story becomes even stranger since a few weeks later, the individuals who shot this film perished in an accident. This video was the last video the man had recorded before his passing. So do you think he caught actual footage of the paranormal? You decide. Before we get to number 1, if you enjoyed this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Number 1. The notoriously haunted Tayu Hospital on the Indonesian island of Java is the subject of a live solo investigation by Indonesian paranormal investigator Chu, and during the course of its 80-year existence, it started to gain a rather peculiar reputation. With nothing but a phone and a flashlight, paranormal detective Chu streamed his investigation solo to his audience. As Chu wanders around the hospital grounds, he begins to hear some odd noises here and there, which doesn't seem to faze him. But when Chu starts to request information from the ghosts who are said to inhabit the hospital, things start to become scary.
Udah, suara-suara saja. Tunjukkan semua ejakulasi kalau memang kalian ada di sini. Lingkau.
A hospital stretcher moves on its own, startling Chu so much that he starts shaking. Chu decides he has had enough of the outside and goes inside to explore the hospital. He hears the unsettling sound of a bell ringing, but when he searches for the source of the unnerving bell ringing, something happens that completely horrifies him.
Weh, banyak kekeliau tak? Ya! Ada, ya Allah, ya Allah.
He hears a menacing voice, and a door slams shut behind him. But the most horrifying thing is that something appears to suddenly peer out at Chu from one of the hospital rooms. Frightened, Chu rushes to another area of the hospital, but as he looks around, things only seem to get worse.
Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah.
Chu jumps when he unexpectedly spots what looks like a girl standing close to an empty storage room. It vanishes into thin air. Legs shaking uncontrollably, Chu just wants to go home, but his live audience has other plans. Constantly plagued with requests in his live chat to explore more, Chu roams around one more time and captures the most unsettling sight he had ever seen.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya ngecium bau nggak enak teman-teman di sini. Astagfirullahaladzim ya Allah. Astagfirullahaladzim ya Allah. Ancok matamu. Astagfirullahaladzim ya. Allahu Akbar ya Allah. Ya Allah, gue apa kepenceng mana jantung anjing.
In the hallway, Chu spots a lady sitting in one of the hospital bedrooms. She doesn't move, but her head drops back unnaturally, now looking at Chu with her mouth wide open. And with that, Chu decides to end his investigation and leaves the hospital grounds. What do you believe is going on here? Is the hospital actually haunted? Whether it is true or not, it is incredibly frightful. There's one thing that is more terrifying than these clips, and that's what your life would be like without watching more of our videos.